स्ट्रीमिंग लिंक भेजा दिया है। हाँ भेजा दिया। फ़ोन करके बोल दो मैडम को लाइव स्टार्ट होगा। सचिन प्रोजेक्टर को कनेक्ट कर दो। We had our Dilshunar branch opening today. So morning we went there. That's the reason we were late. सचिन मेरे को ये लाइट गिर रहा है इसके ऊपर, थोड़ा ऐसा चाहिए। ये कुछ है लगाने के लिए? कैसे भी यूज़ नहीं करता हूँ, ऐसे लगा दो उसको। नहीं नहीं बस ये प्रोजेक्टर है, उसको छोटा कर दिए, प्रोजेक्टर को बड़ा करो। AC ఆన్ చేసేనమ్మా. Switch on the ACs. Whenever the projector is on, AC should be on, Anna. On remotely. Okay, so up to what we have done yesterday, if you observe, yesterday we had discussed the definition of accounting. का स्पीड कम कर दो, ऑफ कर दो, ये ऑफ ही कर दो। Okay, the definition of accounting, a one word answer for our accounting is answerability. Ante the logic of accounting has started when you became answerable. Till you were not answerable, the accounting was not much important, or it has not gained much importance. Okay, then as you defined yesterday, recording of transactions, maintaining of books, profit or loss, and position, these are the basic purpose. Then we discussed human being does lot of activities. Among that, economic and non-economic activities they do. Economic is that which are related to money. Non-economic is that which are not related to money. Account doesn't deal with non-economic. Accounts deals with only. So accounting is often referred as language of business, and that language understands only money. Other than money doesn't understand anything. Okay, then again that accounting will happen in business life and in personal life. Have you checked with your parents? Check today. Checked? They are writing? Definitely they'll maintain some or the other book, some transaction, some record. They'll maintain how much they are getting per month, how much they are spending. Pakka they are going to maintain it. Clear? Next. So business is full of transactions and events. What is a transaction? Add or to do something. The output of that or a happening is end result is nothing but a event, and business records both transactions and events. Okay, if I am not wrong, we have done up to that yesterday, right? Notes also we have written now. Chalo, right, next. Evaluation of accounting. Evaluation of accounting. I will give you in a sequence, you write in a sequence. Okay, how it has to be presented I'll tell you, you write like that. Okay na? So left side first you write this 4000 BC. Left side you write 4000 BC. Put one hyphen and write Egyptians used some form of accounting. Egyptians used some form of accounting to manage their to manage their treasuries. To manage their treasuries. To manage their treasuries. Next you write 2000 BC. 2000 BC. It is given up and down in your material. I am making it in an order. Okay. So 4000 BC tarata 2000 BC. Put one hyphen right. China used sophisticated form of government accounting. Next, write this 700 BC to 400 AD. 700 BC to 400 AD. BC to 400 AD. Greece, Romans used memorandum or day books. Greece, Romans used memorandum day book. Greece, Romans used memorandum day book. Greece, Romans used memorandum day book wherein receipts and payments were recorded. Where receipts and payments were recorded. Where receipts and payments were recorded. Next. Don't write any year. There is no year specified here. Next point you write, next line. In India, accounting practices can be traced. In India, accounting practices can be traced back to the period where Kautilya's Arthashastra Kautilya, Kautilya, Kautilya Arthashastra, Arthashastra, Arthashastra described how to maintain accounting records. Described how to maintain accounting records. Described how to maintain accounting records. This is all history. Okay. Now where is that history? And I too don't know. Example, you heard of Ramayana? You heard of Mahabharata? You heard of various epics? Okay. Have you seen? Have you witnessed? This is also something like that for us. Before Christ, 2000 years back, 4000 years back, we don't have a data and record. Okay. So our real age of accounting started in the year 1494. Who is our father of accounting? Luca Pacioli. He wrote his first book on double entry system. Rasco, next year, 1494. Luca Pacioli wrote his wrote his first book on double entry. Wrote his first book on double entry on accounting. Full stop. He is known as father of accounting. He is known as father of accounting. Next you write 18th century. 18th century. His book was published in England. His book was published in England in English. Using the words debit and credit. Using the words debit and credit to describe. Using the words debit and credit to describe double entry system of accounting. To describe double entry system of accounting. Next, 20th and 21st century. 20th and 21st century. Lot of developments have happened. Lot of developments have happened in 20th and 21st century. Where lot of developments have happened in 20th and 21st century, where accounting became from local to global, as same. From local to global as same. And still we are working towards to make accounting as local to global as same accounting. Remember, accounting is an art. Accounting is not a science. So it doesn't have the same rules and regulations across the world. Okay, but certain things are common, certain things are not common. So there are some differences. We are trying to make all as one and the same. Okay, I'll tell you that over a period of time. I'll tell you what is this local to global word. Remember that logic. Clear? So up to this we have done yesterday, if I am not wrong. Yes or no? Okay, before I proceed, I'll give you some important key words. Remember this, everyone. So see this now. Okay, see. Right, next. First one, double entry system. The system that we follow in our accounting is known as double entry system. I'll tell you more when we go to our journal, introduction to journal. I'll tell you more at that time. Okay, now here I'll give you a little basics where non-commerce students and commerce students both should have a knowledge. Okay, double entry system means you are having one item as a debit and another item as a credit. People feel that double entry system is having one debit and one credit. Okay, so please understand that thought process is wrong. Double entry system ante ento telsa, having equal debits and credits. So what is the difference in it, sir? Okay, I'll tell you a classic example for you to understand. Okay, please understand this. There's a marker. Okay, tell me how much is this marker? 20, 30, 40, max 50, ante. So this marker ranges from 20 rupees to 50 rupees. I'll sell this marker to you for 1 lakh. Will you buy? Why? Because I'm selling 50 rupees to 1 lakh. Won't you buy? Sai sir mutkunnadu ra. Sai sir mutkunnadu ee marker. Meer ee marker mutkunte you will get 100% knowledge in accounting. Will you buy? Adu chudu. No anta. Why? Why? Same marker stationery shop పోతే 20 రూపాయలకు వస్తుంది సార్. For 20 rupees will get, or maximum 50 rupees పెడితే మార్కర్ వస్తుంది. సాయి సార్ ముట్టుకుంటే ఏముంది అంటే దీనిలో సూపర్ న్యాచురల్ పవర్స్ వస్తాయా? నౌ యూ టెల్ మీ వై యు ఆర్ నాట్ రెడీ టు పే 1 lakh. వేస్ట్ ఆఫ్ బుద్ధుందా నీకు? సాయి సార్ని వేస్ట్ ఆఫ్ మనీ అంటావా? అంటే సాయి సార్ వర్త్ అన్నాక కూడా వేస్ట్ ఆఫ్ మనీ అంటున్నావా? So you feel that the benefit that you got is not worth 1 lakh. Avuna kada? If I say this marker is 20 rupees, will you buy? Why? You feel that I paid 20, I got worth. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, ఎక్కడైనా లాజిక్ ఇదే. ఓకే, you will be ready to pay only when you feel that you got the benefit in opposite the same worth. Okay, same worth. Example, dozen banana entara market lo ivala 60 rupees. If someone says dozen banana 1000 rupees, will you buy? Enduku? So simple logic. Double entry system also says the same thing. Debit, as I told you yesterday, the benefit received should be always equal to the credit, the benefit given. If you are not going to write this as an equal, that is not a double entry system. So double entry system always says the benefit received should be equal to benefit given. Yes or no? I said like this, CA coaching at Patshala is 1 crore. Will you join? Oh, straight away antunar. What does that mean? What does that mean? Endukra 1 crore pay cheyara? Urkondi sir, 40-50,000 foundation vastunte who will pay you 1 crore? Kada? You don't feel that it is equally given and taken. That's the reason you don't buy. So gurtupettukondi, not only in a practical life, all business transactions and events happens in the same style. Okay, you're not ready to buy this marker for 1 lakh. Will you buy iPhone for 150? 1,50,000. Yes. Why? Worth sir. And you decide chesava worth ante. You feel that yes it is worth, and you feel that for my 1,50,000 I pay for iPhone, I'll get iPhone worth. So gurtupettukondi nanna, double entry system is not debit and credit. Double entry system is equal debit and credit. మీకు ఎక్కడ బుక్లో రాసలేదు. నేను ఇప్పుడు ఒక స్లోగన్ ఇస్తా, మీరు సైన్స్లో చదువుకుంటారు. న్యూటన్స్ థర్డ్ లా ఆఫ్ మోషన్ అంటారు. వాట్ ఇస్ దట్? ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ యాక్షన్ we have a equal and opposite reaction. అవునా కదా? ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ డెబిట్ there is equal and opposite credit. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, సింపుల్ ఫండా. ఆల్ నాన్ కామర్స్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఈ లాజిక్ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ డెబిట్ there is an equal and opposite credit. This is accounting law. No one has written, nowhere in the book you will get that. That is Saigod's law, okay, of accounting. So once you write a debit, an equal amount should be credited. Both the amount should be equal. Remember this logic, not to forget this logic. This will help you a lot in accounting. To look, it is very simple, but that will help you a lot. Clear? Now, all business transactions and events we will record, I said. Yes or no? All business transactions and events are broadly classified into 4. Are broadly classified into 4. All of you should have this base 4 knowledge, which I personally call it as 4 pillars of accounting. What is that?
4 pillars of accounting.
Ante your accounting has 4 pillars. However small your business is, however big your business is, in your double entry system which I told you, your double entry system as a process, we will study as a chapter number 2, which we call it as a accounting process. Okay na? Just check, yesterday I gave you the index. In that index, chapter number 2 chudandi. In chapter number 2, the first chapter is called journal. Okay na? Second chapter is called ledger. Third chapter is called trial balance. Okay na? After that, we will prepare some, okay, leave that. We will prepare something called final accounts. This is called accounting process. So the first step in accounting is journal. The last step in accounting is ledger. Ante, accounting will have only two. Journalizing, ledger posting. That's it. Okay, what is that? We will study. Don't worry. Chapter number 2, when we discuss, you will get more clarity. Okay, na? So this journal and ledger అయిపోయిన తర్వాత next what we do is summarization and we prepare final accounts. Final accounts consist of two. One is trading P&L account. Another one is balance sheet. Trading P&L account is an expense, income, asset, liability. Total 4 will be there. However small your business is, however large your business is, remember this logic. So pakka first transactions and events are recorded in journal. Next we will classify in ledger. Then we prepare trial balance. And finally we prepare something called final accounts lo two things untai. Trading P&L account and balance sheet. So trading P&L account lo we write expense, income, asset, liability. Most of them doesn't have the knowledge of these 4 words. Okay, let's discuss that definitions first. Okay na? Chalo, first one, expense. Come on, tell me, what do you understand by the word expense? The money? Whatever you spend or spent is called expense. Very good. Okay. What is income? The money which we నా జోబులో డబ్బులు లేవు ఫర్ ఎ టైమ్ బీయింగ్ ఇది మనీ అనుకోండి, ఇది మనీ అనుకోండి. ఇఫ్ ఐ గివ్ టు హర్, ఇఫ్ షీ టేక్స్, ఈజ్ ఇట్ హర్ ఇన్కమ్? ఇప్పుడే అన్నారు కదా, ఇన్కమ్ ఈజ్ వాట్ వి రిసీవ్. వెల్త్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఇన్కమ్, వెల్త్ ఈజ్ అసెట్. నో, income is not asset. When you render the service, so what you are doing? You are giving service. So what you are doing? You are receiving. That is not called receipt. Just now I explained you. If I give something, if you take something, that is called receipt. That is not income. Excellent. Income is something which we, Hemendra, okay, so here, income is something which we earn. Understanding the questions, pointing out the answers to the question is very important. If you go round and answer, you don't get marks. Income is something which we spend. Expense is something which we spend. Income is something which we earn. After you earn, you receive. After you earn, you receive. Without earning, if you receive, it is not income. Okay na? Then, what is asset? Which will give you future economic benefits. Simple logic chepta. Asset is something which we own. Okay, every asset gives future economic benefits. Every asset is not your asset. What you own is your asset. Okay na? Example, Taj Mahal. Whose asset? Asset kada. Taj Mahal is giving future economic benefits and present economic benefits also kada. Ni asset. షాజహాన్ అసెట్, చార్మినార్ అసెటేగా, నీది కదా, నిజాం కా. అట్లా ఇఫ్ యూ అబ్జర్వ్ దే, దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ యువర్ అసెట్. అసెట్ ఈస్ సంథింగ్ విచ్ వీ ఓన్. ఓకేనా? నెక్స్ట్, లయబిలిటీ. సేమ్, ఓన్కి ఉల్టా ఆబ్లిగేషన్, వాట్ వీ ఓ. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. నెవర్ ఫర్గెట్ దిస్ సింగిల్ వర్డ్, సింగిల్ మీనింగ్స్. ఓకే, చెప్పండి ఇప్పుడు. ఎక్స్పెన్స్, వాట్ యూ స్పెండ్. ఇన్కమ్, నాట్ వాట్ యూ రిసీవ్, వాట్ యూ ఎర్న్. అసెట్, వాట్ వీ ఓన్. లయబిలిటీ, వాట్ వీ ఓ. క్లియర్? Expenses ki, you people might have learnt a parallel word called losses. Expenses and losses. What is a loss? What is your loss? Give me an example. Give me an example of loss. What you said? Yes. Whatever you lose is your loss. Till that, what you people did, you know? You thought expense and losses are same. No, wrong. Absolutely wrong. I'll give you some examples. Remember this. From now, your thought process should change. Okay? Chapandra. Rent. Enti meeku? Why? Loss enduku kaadu rent? Loss ega? Bokkega? No, loss kaadu. It's a expense. Expense is something that you spend. You will get something in return. Rent pukat ki istunara? Are you not using the premise of the owner? Yes. So it is a expense. It is not a loss. Clear? Next. Salary. What do you pay to employee? Salary, what do you pay to employee is what? Expense. Why? You pay salary, that fellow will work for you. So you get benefit in return. That is a ipudoddam loss. Bad debts. Enduku expense kaadu bad debts? Your debt became bad, that fellow became a bad fellow, he did not make you the payment. So that is a loss. That is not a expense. Am I clear? Next. Fire accident. This is not an expense. Enduko? Fire accident happened, everything burned, budundi, netik pettukondi ante. So that is not a expense, it is a loss. So please understand the difference between these two. Don't treat expense as a loss, loss as a expense. You should have a clarity. Clear? Simple logic chapta. In expense you spend, you get benefit in return. In loss you lose, you don't get anything in return. Understand the logic. Clear? I purchased a bike. Expense. I poured a petrol. I was going on a road accident. Clear? అర్థమైందా? అడ్వర్టైజ్మెంట్ లాస్ ఎందుకు కాదు? I gave advertisement, public are knowing about me, no? So it's a expense, it is not a loss. Okay? I made a good advertisement, suddenly there was a fire accident, everything burnt. Suddenly there was a huge rain, everything collapsed. Simple. Clear? Then income you got. Next is gain. These are the words. Chapan, what is the meaning of the word gain? No, if you earn it becomes income. It's not a gain. Just now I gave a clarity. He said, you rendered service, you got money. And you have earned it. So you rendered your services, you got it. What you are spending is expense. Yielding the money. Example. Investment. Excellent. Okay. When you make an investment, you earn money. It's an income. Okay na? In 2008, na marriage ayindi. 2008, I purchased 1 kg gold. At that time, 10 grams of gold was 12,000 rupees. Okay na? Today, in 2025, this gold became 1,50,000 rupees 10 grams. ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి 1,38,000 rupees is what? Income or gain? Hey, I earned gold. Aim chesnavara? What you did? Nothing. Sir, why nothing? Sir, I purchased gold. No, sir. Okay, you purchased gold. After that, what you did? Nothing. Still you got money? That's called gain. That's called? Clear? That is the difference between income and Income is something which you earn and you receive. Gain is something which you don't earn but still you receive. Okay, same case. Instead of gold ni తీసేసి land లో పెట్టుకోండి. Land values also will increase. I purchase the land for 3 lakhs. Today my land is 5 lakhs. What is that 2 lakhs? It is not income. It is not income. This 3 lakhs land, I have given it on rent. 3 lakhs land, I have given it on rent. Income. Adi gain kaadu. Why? Someone is using my land and they are paying it to me. So that is a income. Okay? 3 lakhs land became 5 lakhs. Gain. Understood? This is the major difference between income and gain. Okay na? But synonymously we use these words. Expense sign, losses. Income sign, gains. Asset, liability. Okay? These I personally call it as 4 pillars of accounting. Everyone studies accounting, but they don't know this crux of accounting. Clear? Last one. First you write like this, in middle of the page, double entry system. First you write like this, in middle of the page, double entry system. Divide that into 2. Debit is equal to credit. Debit is equal to credit. Debit is equal to credit. Right there, note. Under double entry, every debit as a equal and opposite credit. Every debit as a equal and opposite credit. Every debit as a equal and opposite credit. Okay na? Next, you write this 4 pillars of accounting. 4 pillars of accounting. Four pillars of accounting. Right. Expense, income, asset, liability. Under expense you write what you spent or spent. What you spend or spent. Under income you write what you earn. Under income you write what you earn. Under asset you write what you own. Under liability you write what you owe. Okay? Under expense what you have written spend now? Right, and losses. And losses. What do you lose? And losses, what do you lose? Next, gains. Under income, you write and gains. What you receive without earning. What you receive without earning. Okay, na? Never forget this, Nana. Never forget these 4 pillars of accounting. These 4 pillars of accounting will not leave you. Will not leave you. Okay, na? Chalo. Next. Chalo. Let's get into the definitions part. This intro is done. Let's get into definitions. Right, next heading. Definitions. Meaning of accounting or definitions. Meaning of accounting or definitions. Ready? Now, we have 3 famous definitions, Ra. These famous definitions was given by Americans. As I told you, who started accounting? Luca Pacioli. Okay? He was actually Francian. He went to Italy. In Italian language he has written, but it not become worldwide famous. When it became famous? When it is published in English. And that too, as I told you, accounting became very famous not in 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th century. In 18th century, slowly it has picked up the momentum. Okay? Then our definitions are from 20th century. Our definitions are from 20th century. Okay? So look at the famous definitions that we have learnt. Okay? Look at this. The accounting is defined by CPA. AICPA. This is American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. As how in India CAs are there, in America they are called CPAs. Their institute has defined this in the year 1961. All these can be bits for you. Who has defined accounting definition? AICPA. What is AICPA? American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. In which year accounting definition was given? 1961. Okay. Look at the definition, what it says. Accounting is I told you yesterday, accounting is not a science. That was not there right from the beginning of Adam and Eve. According to my convenience, I designed my art. Naku ela kavala ala raskunna art. That's the reason your art varies from country to country. It is not same. Across the world, it was not same. Okay? Accounting is an art of. So first what we do in accounting is recording. Second what we do is. Third what we do is. 3 are the major parts of accounting. That's what I told you. You remember this? Sare, malli rastan. Look at this. In accounting, in double entry system, in accounting process, just now I told you, first step will be journal, second step will be, third step will be, and finally we prepare something called, all non-common students, you keep on chanting this. The more you chant this, the more the clarity you keep on getting. Don't worry about that. Because this all we will study in the second chapter. Okay na? Chapandra. Accounting under double entry system, accounting process starts with what? Second, third, last. In your final accounts, you'll have trading P&L account and you'll have balance sheet. Trading P&L account will record expense, income, asset, liability. This shows your position. This shows your position. And this shows your profit or loss, which is known as performance. Profit or loss, which is known as performance. Okay, na? Now this in technical language, writing in journal is called recording. Writing in journal is called recording. I told you yesterday, we record in accounting only business transactions and so all business and transactions and events, first time it is written in this book. That's the reason it is known as recording. Okay. Then Once recording is done, in the second book, we do classification. In second book, ledger, we do classification. What is that recording? Put everything at one place is a recording. Classify it, separate it, that is called classification. How we do classification? Account wise we do classification. Okay, I'll give you a simple logic. Remember, all of you, 20 of you took admission. Okay, that is recording for me. I made a class, CA Foundation April batch class. Okay, na? That is recording. I have recorded who all joined. Then what I did? X account, Y account, Z account. For individual person, I have got 111 account. That is called classification. Okay, na? Further we will discuss in chapter number 2. Then trial balance and final accounts is known as clear. So the accounting involves journal, ledger, trial balance, final accounts. Journal is called, ledger is called, trial balance and final accounts is called. Why you do that? End of the day, trading P&L account, performance, balance sheet, position. Am I clear? Now read the definition. Accounting is the art of recording. You do in book called journal. Classification you do in a book called summarization. You do in a significant manner and in terms of why only money? Because accounts understand only one language. All transactions and which are at least of financial and end of the day interpreting the results thereof. What do you mean by interpreting the results thereof? Once you got this profit is good or profit is bad, position is good or position is bad. This is known as interpretation of results. Clear? So this is what is your accounting definition, the first one. Okay, shall write down. Write down the first definition. According to AICPA, write in brackets, American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. In brackets you write 1961. Accounting is defined as start in inverted commas, the art of recording, classifying, summarizing in a significant manner, and in terms of money, comma, transactions and events, which are in part at least of financial character, which are at least in part of financial character and interpreting the results thereof. And interpreting the results thereof. Done? This is one of the famous definition, right? You people might have learned in your intermediate first year also. Okay na? Chalo. Next. Next important definition. You write this. According to AAA. According to AAA. AAA. American Accounting Association. According to AAA, American Accounting Association. In brackets you write 1970. Okay na? Chalo, listen to this. Later you can write. Some more 1-2 extra points you will get. We will learn that. I will teach you that. See here. According to American Accounting Association, which we call it as a AAA, which is given in 1966, they have defined accounting like this. The process of identifying, measuring and communicating economic information. See, lot of things happens in the business. Everything will not be recorded. Say for example, early morning Patshala was opened. Will you write? You open the books and write opening Patshala to cash. To open that, if you incurred any cost, we'll write. Okay na? So we have to identify what has to be recorded. Then one of the most important point in accounting is measuring. As I told you, I understand which language. Okay? For you, what is this? For me, 1,50,000. 1 lakh. For you, what is this? For me, 1,50,000. For you, what is this? Bottle. For me, 20 rupees. Allah. So anything that you do, everything will be measured in terms of money. So one of the great feature or function of accounting is measurement. It measures everything in terms of money. You say something, it will measure in terms of money. It will also measure your time also. I'll render lectures. For 1 hour, I take 5,000 rupees. For 1 hour lecture of mine, I charge 5,000 rupees. So my time, 1 hour, is measured by. Okay? So like that, everything it measures. Then communication, economic information to the perfect informed judgments and decisions by. There is no use if you don't have a user. There is no use if you don't have a user. So once you prepare your accounts, here we understood, no? You prepare your accounts. Okay, you prepared. You found out profit or loss or the position. For this, we have someone called who is going to use this information and take decisions. That's the purpose of accounting. Okay, na? So the definition goes like this. The process of identifying, measuring, communicating economic information to perfect informed judgments and decisions by the user of accounts. Okay? Right, second definition. According to AAA, write in brackets, American Accounting Association, in brackets 1966. Rasara? You have written that? Right. Accounting is defined as start in inverted commas, the process of identifying, measuring and communicating, the process of identifying, measuring and communicating economic information. The process of identifying, measuring and communicating economic information to permit informed judgments. To permit informed judgments by user of accounts. By user of accounts. By user of accounts. By user of accounts. Okay na? This is the definition which is given by AAA, American Accounting Association. Okay na? Next. Last definition. Right. According to APB, Accounting Principles Board, according to APB, Accounting Principles Board, brackets low, 1970. Accounting is defined as start in inverted commas. Chandra, listen here. The function of accounting is to provide quantitative information. Everything will be measured in terms of money. So measure చేసిన తర్వాత one quantitative information you will get. That information primarily of financial nature ante monetary again. About economic entities that is needed to be useful in making economic. So two things you have to understand with this. We create a information, we communicate a information, with that fellow will take a decision. Okay, I create a information, I communicate a information to the user, he takes a decision. This is the entire process of accounting. Okay na? Last one, third definition. The function of accounting is to provide quantitative information. The function of accounting is to provide quantitative information primarily of financial nature, about economic entities, that is needed to be useful, in making economic decisions. Chandra, just for idea's sake, we have already read, Mali repetition anamata. Finally, till now, whatever we have done definitions, then the key points cheptan chudandi, vinandi ante. Okay? Thus, final conclusion. Accounting may be defined as a process of recording,
Summarizing, analyzing, and interpreting of financial transactions.
So first part what we do is, it is an art of recording, classifying, summarizing, analyzing and interpretation of financial transactions, communicating the results thereof to the persons interested in such ఓకే, నీ బిజినెస్లో హూ ఈజ్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్? యు ఆర్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్. ఆ ఆల్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ పార్టీస్ని ఏమంటారో తెలుసా? యు నో ద వర్డ్ స్టేక్ హోల్డర్స్. What they are called? Stakeholders is a word which will be used who all are interested in your business. వాళ్ళని స్టేక్ హోల్డర్స్ అంటారు. షేర్ హోల్డర్స్ కాదు, స్టేక్ హోల్డర్స్. స్టేక్ అంటే యూ హ్యావ్ సమ్ ఆర్ ద అదర్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఇన్ మీ. ఓకే, ఆమ్ ఏ స్టేక్ హోల్డర్ ఇన్ పాఠశాల? హౌ? Director and CEO. So I'm a stakeholder. Are you all stakeholders of Patshala? Yes. How? Students of Patshala. Is my faculty the stakeholder of Patshala? Yes. They deliver the lectures. Is I am a stakeholder of Patshala? Yes. They clean. Without that, will I clean every day? They are also stakeholders. Okay. Everyone who is related with Patshala is known as stakeholders. Someone supplies goods to me. They are also stakeholders. Okay. Bank gives loan to me, stakeholder. Okay, I purchase goods from someone, stakeholder. I sold goods to someone, stakeholder. In one or the other way, if you are related to me, you are called stakeholder. You need some or the other information. Who will give you that? Accounting. Accounting only gives you that information. The above definition requires accountants to assume a business bigger responsibility than to merely do. Accountants need to be ready to provide information ready for the to make. So accounting has got three parts, making it ready, communicating to the users where they take decision making. Clear? Chalo, right. Next heading you write procedural aspects of accounting. Next heading you write procedural aspects of accounting. Okay, now entire summary whatever we have done till now will be there here. You write the chart as it is, that is enough. Okay, accounting lo 2 steps untai ra. First one, generating accounting information. First step enti accounting is an art where it is not there. I am creating it something. That is called generating accounting information. Second, for whom you generated? There is a user. They are known as users of accounting information. Using such information antar. That is users of accounting information. Okay. In generating of accounting information, we have recording. Chappan, where we do recording? Second, we have classification. Chapandra, where we do classification? Ledger. Third, we have summarization. Where we do summarization? Trial balance and final accounts. Where you prepare trial balance and you prepare final accounts. Then we have analysis. And next we do interpretation. Next we do interpretation. And last we need to do communication. Okay. So totally in generating information you have recording, classifying, summarizing. So once final accounts are done, you will get the data. That data has to be analyzed. What do you mean by analysis? What do you mean by analysis? I got a profit of 10,000. Okay na? This 10,000 is good or bad? High or low? This is called analysis. Analyze. Okay? X has got 10,000. Y has got 12,000. Okay? Then does interpretation. Interpretation always comes with comparison. Okay? 10,000, 12,000 you compare. 10,000 is low, 12,000 is. X made good profit than, Y made less profit than. X. That is called interpretation. Okay, then we need to do communication to the required fellow. Okay na? ఏంటి analysis and interpretation? మీకు సింపుల్ లాజిక్ చెప్తాను. You cannot do analysis and interpretation by your own alone. Always it is by comparison. Okay, how it happens? మీకు నార్మల్ ప్రాక్టికల్ లైఫ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తాను చూడండి. What is this? What is this? Line. Which line? Straight line. Small, big. Right. Now what it is? Earlier that line you said small. Now what it is? Big. Enduko? Because you got small. And how do you know that? How you have analyzed it? By comparison. If you compare only, you interpreted it. Interpretation means saying that yes, that is big, this is small. Okay, we are talking about this line, ra. Good. Who said? Medium. When I did not write this, when I write only this, what you said?